Hey guys, I've decided that since I have absolutely nothing better to do, I'm gonna do some Sea of Thieves patch notes review. Just kind of go through the patch notes, talk about what's new, give my opinion on everything, which basically doesn't mean jack squat. But just if you didn't maybe think of something one way, you get a alternative look at the patch notes. Might do it for the uh, game dev reviews as well. We'll see how it goes. So we're starting with patch 1.1.3. There's been quite a few patches before this, but didn't have time to do videos for those, so we'll just skip to this one. Uh, I'm doing this 2 days after the patch went live, so for me it's Thursday right now. So you've probably already seen half this stuff anyway. We'll skip right down to the updates. We don't really care about the general stuff. First big thing, Megalodon. Meg is back. That's great news, of course. We didn't have her last week, but that's actually not that bad considering we didn't have items floating on the shore for like 4 patches. So, I'll take 1 week without Meg. That's not too bad at all. And it looks like they have given her different personalities. So it's not just one Meg, it's multiple Megs. But we now have different personalities. So that's cool. As I said, this is 2 days after the patch went live. So far, I haven't seen anyone talk about running into Megs who would run away from them. They've all been aggressive. But, we'll have to see how it shakes out. Gold bag icons. The icons for Build Rack gold bags have been updated to better show the value of gold within. Okay. I didn't even notice that to begin with, but that's probably good. Probably a good thing for people who can't read. They can just look at the picture. Performance improvements. Oh yeah, first of all I should say, for update-wise, pretty small patch. That's okay. When you're going off weekly updates, I would expect for the majority of the beginning updates to be performance enhancements and bug fixes. That's just, you're not going to be able to pump out a lot of content in the beginning, especially when you have so much you have to fix. So that's what I would expect. Some people were bummed out about it. I don't really care. That's, performance updates and bug fixes are just as good at this point in the game. So for performance improvements, reduce frequency of client hangs on skeleton forts. This is great. There's been tons of people that I've seen on Reddit and on the Sea of Thieves forums that have been complaining about this. So good on Rare for taking care of that. The only thing is the first 2 words are kind of key. Reduced frequency doesn't mean they've removed it entirely. So hopefully eventually it'll be out of the game entirely. A lot of people are into the fort hopping, especially now that there's closed crews. So that's good. Improve stability when loading new areas. Personally, I've never run into that issue, so good. For the people who did have it, I can't really say my gaming experience is going to be changed at all. Multiple server and client crash fixes. That's good. I don't know if they're talking about almond beards here or what, but, that's always a good thing. Like I said, didn't have much of that, so my experience will be pretty much the same. Fixed issues. Resolved an X marks the spot location on Kraken's Fall where the chest was impossible to dig up. That's good. Whoever had the unfortunate circumstance of running into that, I feel bad for you. Grand Admiral Hall livery on the sloop now correctly matches the galleon. I have read a post, I think it was the day the patch went live, that this actually has not gone into effect yet. So we'll have to see if that's actually accurate or not. Yeah, I can give a link in the description to that post for anyone who actually cares. But not a big deal if it's not there yet. Resolved an issue causing the PC client to hang upon closing. That is good, I guess. I've just resorted to Alt F4ing now because I'm on PC, so I don't even know if I'll ever use the exit to desktop option anymore because it's just habit of pressing Alt F4. But, when it did happen, now that won't happen anymore. So, yeah, that's a good thing. Known issues. Galleon currently have an increased turning speed. This wasn't in the original patch notes. They had to go back later and add that because they didn't know. Thank God that is not an intended change. Personally, I felt like that would be a very terrible change if they did that on purpose. The galleon's max turning speed did not change. So the max speed at which they could do a turn was the same, but you effectively get to that max speed in half the time because you only have to turn the wheel one rotation, as opposed to before where you didn't hit your max speed, your max turn speed until 2 full rotations of the wheel. So it does mean any turn that takes effectively more time than it takes to turn the wheel one time around has now become faster. So sloops, kind of lose one of their big advantages on the galleon. So thankfully that has been marked as a bug, and hopefully it'll be out of here soon. Not really sure how something like that gets in the game. Sorry about my phone. Not sure how something like that gets into the game off of, 2 updates, adding back in the Megalodon and putting back in gold bag coins or changing the size. How you introduce a bug like that, I have no idea. So get it out of there. Players travel in an unintended direction when fired from cannon. Yeah, this has been here a while now, so hopefully they'll get rid of that soon. Being poisoned by a snake causes the double VFX. Yeah, that's been in here for a few weeks now as well. Glad that they're acknowledging these last 2 things because they're both very annoying. Bilge rat doubloons have not been correctly rewarded to a number of players who earned them through the Skeleton Thrones event. That stinks, but good thing that they've acknowledged it. I think they've been pretty good in the past about rewarding people after the fact when they have missed rewards, so I wouldn't be too worried about that if that's happened to you. I don't think anyone has lost out on anything other than pre-order cosmetics and stuff like that. So as long as you're not, it's not exactly the same as that, so I think it'll be good. As far as late achievements and stuff, people have been giving it retroactively. The Hungering Deep rewards were not received by a number of players who earned them. So same thing as above. I think you'll be fine. We're rolling out a fix to fix this issue, which will award missing rewards from the Hungering Deep. So you'll be fine. You'll get those eventually. So not a whole lot going on for this patch, but that's okay. Weekly events, that's kind of how it's going to be. Weekly updates. And then you'll get a bigger update every other week now that they've gone bi-weekly with the events. So, there's nothing really controversial in this patch that you could get my opinion on, but it's a good place to start, I think. So, thanks for watching.